myself for who don't know me. Yes, hello YouTube. I am Mana, your host today. Today we will guide the conversation with Daniel, his first time in here in this platform. So Daniel, say hello to our folks on YouTube, and you can save this
Hello,
video to,
guys.
very good.
Hello,
You can
hello.
save this video in the YouTube to compare you're increasing in your fluency, and you can save this. It will be good for you. We also have in this conversation Yanka, Leticia, and Leandro. It's the first time with me as a host. I'm a host in this platform since 2020, so a long time ago. I am the host for the best meeting in the week. That is Friday, 9 a.m. That's the reason most of you don't know me, because I'm the host for mornings. So tomorrow morning, if you want to join me, will be my pleasure to have you there. I host a free English conversation. So if you have a friend or someone that would like to join us in my free English conversation, you are more than welcome to invite them, because it's a way to practice with your friends. Leandro, I'm going to send here in the chat again our questions for today. Just let me introduce myself. So as you can see right here, I am Anna, 29 years old. Nowadays, I live in Toronto. I'm doing my PhD in here. I search about the impact of behavior change in cardiovascular disease, specifically in diabetes patient. And yeah, that's it. So, Leandro, would you like to introduce yourself?
So, my name is Leandro. I am 35 years old. I live alone here in Pomerode. It's a city near Blumenau. And I work as a computer technician. In my free time, I really enjoy play chess, volleyball, hang out with my friends, sometimes play my guitar. I love music. I love play musical instrument. And But actually, I'm from Santos, São Paulo. But here in Santa Catarina, I live for 29 year, 29 years old. So it's a long time living here.
Yeah,
Is that?
yeah, long time.
Yeah,
And
of
you,
course.
Yanka, present yourself.
Okay, sure. Good evening again, guys. My name is Yanka Almeida. I am 27 years old. I was born in Itaquera, São Paulo, but I grew up in São Roque. It's a countryside of São Paulo. And then with 17, I moved to Campinas, and I live in there now. But now I am in my dad's home in Itaquera again, where I was born, because I had to solve some bureaucratic things in here. And nowadays I'm doing my PhD in demography, studying education and labor market. Yeah, in Brazil and South Africa. And in my free time, I like to go to the gym, to do nothing, actually, to see
Yeah,
some series,
yeah.
to take some sun and things like that, some soft things.
Nice. Nice. And Yanka, why are you here in this platform trying to improve your English?
Because I'm going to take the TOEFL test in April to score my
Good.
English.
Good.
Good.
Need any help? You can count on me. I did the TOEFL test to come to Canada, and I had
Okay.
um, oh, how can I say this? A record time to study. I just have like 1 month and a half, and I have a lot of materials, and we can book some sessions to prepare, especially the speaking session that was really hard for me. I have some tips for the writing part. I don't know which kind of TOEFL you are gonna do, but if you need me, I can. I'm gonna write my number in here for you. So count on
Thank
me,
you
because I
very
suffered a
much.
lot. I suffered a
Thank
lot.
you. Yeah, it's really hard.
You're in
It's
chat
really
if you need.
hard, but thank you.
More than welcome. And you, Daniel, present yourself.
All right, let's go. Hello again, everybody. Nice to meet you. My name is Daniel. I am 29 years old. I am married with the pretty woman of the world, and we have a son. He's a little handsome and a wonderful boy. He is 1 year old, and he is not sleeping now. So if you heard some noise, it's Noah. All right. I'm from Brazil,
Oh,
São Paulo, and live here too since I was born. But I need to confess to you guys, I would really like to live in Ubatuba, north coast of São Paulo. It's a wonderful place for me. Let's continue. I have some goals here in Talk, but I will tell just three of them, all right? The first
good.
is to improve my knowledge in English. The second is to learn new things in English, of course. And the third is to know more people and make new friends. I
Oh,
think
good.
it's that. That's all, folks.
Good. You can do a lot of connections in here. By the way, what do you work with? Daniel, what's your job?
At this moment, I'm not working, but in the last employed, I was a trade marketing coordinator.
Oh, good. Good. We have
Yes.
a huge community in the LinkedIn, and it's very nice. As you are looking for a job,
Yes.
we have a lot of people in there. You can make connections.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Leandro, did you present yourself? Oh, good. Leticia, yeah, everyone. So let's go to the questions. Do you think college is an important thing and why? Leticia, you did a college?
Yes, um, I think it is important, and in general, in my opinion, I think education is important, and I know there is a system education in our country, and there is a specific steps you follow, and but in, in these specific areas, specific professionals, I think the college it's more important than the others. But I think lifelong learning it's more important than college because sometimes the colleges are generic and depends on the professionals you need to explore or the other areas or learn more professionalize this.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes the colleges are too theoretical. You need more practice.
Yes, and depends the professional. I work as a technology, uh, and I'm a software developer. I know the college depends on the company or depends it's not so important, but I know the depends the culture. It's the first time when the other people see your resume, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for example, if you study a doctor, medicine, for example, the college is so important.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we have some professions that the college or the university is the first step, or the first step
Yes,
to start. An example, to be a doctor, you cannot start without a college. But as in
yes,
I think you can. Like just doing courses, I don't know how it works.
yes,
Yeah.
I know.
And you, Leandro, what's your area? And do you think college is important in your area?
Yeah, of course. I work with IT, so it's really important. Have this thing. But I totally agree with you, it is. I think it depends the work, it depends maybe the culture, the culture at the same time. Because if you, for example, if you wanna work for yourself, for example, so maybe you can learn about skills, about knowledge about your job on internet, for example, or I don't know, maybe books, you know. So, but if you want to improve in your career in a company, for example, it's important have college, you know. So I think it's about your goals. It's about where you wanna stay in future, you know. If you wanna work by yourself, maybe it's not so important. But if you improve in your career in company, for example, it's really important. So, but there are interesting thing in college that I think that's really interesting. It's about make network, you know, make contacts in your work, in your career, you know. Yeah, I think the goals when you may when you in college, it's finish your course. It's okay, but I think that during the course, it's interesting make some networks, you know, make more contacts. It's I think when you work in a company, I think if you can rate about your technology, for example, and about your contacts, you know, about networks, I think the networks have a more hate than your skills, you know. I don't know if you agree with me, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I
I
have
totally agree.
I have this experience in my life, you know, and during my life, I can see that there's a difference when you have a good network or when you only have skills, technology, but not have a good network. It's
A network, yeah.
yeah, the networks more have a more how can I say peso, you know. So is that
Have more value, maybe value. Yeah.
yeah.
And I think in college, sometimes you learn things that are not so theoretical. An example, in the college, you need to do like some homeworks and some presentations, and you need to finish it in a specific deadline. So you learn how to do things with a deadline. You learn how to be punctual. You learn how to, it's not a lecture about it, but you learn. And it's really important when you find your first job, you know how to have a good conversation, you are more matry, and some little things, little steps that you learn. And an example, when you start a course at a college, an example, and you don't finish. It's important to finish cycles in our life. So even if you are not working this field, okay, I have a graduation in something. I'm not gonna work with this, but I finished it. I won this part of my life.
Yeah, of course. It's about discipline
Yeah,
on your life.
discipline. Perfect.
Yeah,
Discipline.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
And you, Bianca, in your field, you need a college, of course, right?
Yeah, I get the I get the graduation in sociology and anthropology. And then I did my master in demography, and nowadays I'm doing the PhD in the same area, demography. It's a hard area, but I really enjoy because there is a mix of sociology and data analysis, so it has been really nice. And I think that college is important. I agree with you guys because we can see with more attention the matter that we choose to do as a profession. And into the college, I think that we can have more the academic part, but I think that we have the practical part. I don't know if it's enough to us, the practical part, but we have some internships to do during the courses that help us to see how the professional will be in the daily life, I think. I had
Yeah.
to do the internship in some schools. It was really hard. And then I chose to follow the academic profession.
Yeah, yeah,
because I am terrible with kids, you know. I'm more adults and things like that. But nowadays, I'm really worried about the college because there is a difference sometimes. I don't know if some people are being, uh, some people is enganada sometimes. I don't know if you agree with me, but I'm seeing some certificated sell, just the sell of certification, you know, a venda de certificados.
ah,
Sometimes do you know how can I say that? It's certificated
uh,
sell or
no idea. Yeah,
okay.
but I got what you said, but I got.
But it's so dangerous because and mainly in remote courses, for
Mm,
example, that you have the recorded classes, you don't have full access to the teachers, for example, I think. And
yeah,
someone, yeah. So I think it's a little bit dangerous, this part. I'm trying to study more these kind of certificates, but I'm not seeing it so good as a
yeah.
presential course sometimes, and depends on the institution too. I have this
And it
certain.
depends on your discipline. An example, I'm sure that there is people who goes in a online graduation and they watch all classes and do all homeworks. But if they do not, how can I say this in English? Quando eles não cobram isso de você, when they not demand your proof of attending the classes. An example, if they just post the videos and if you want, you can watch. If you don't want, okay. So if they do not demand the proof of attendance, some students they will not do, and they will
Mhm.
got the certification in the end. So what kind of professionals we are gonna have?
Yes, a nice acompanhamento, I think.
Yeah, yeah. An example, we have the pandemic part when a lot of studies they finished the courses with 70% of attendance and they graduated. I have some friends in physical therapy that it's my field. They finished the graduation without some internships. And we are obligated to attend, like an example, 5 kinds of internship. Because physical therapy, there is a lot of areas. There is a cardiovascular that I work in here. That is, oh, how can I say? Uh, enfim, there is a lot of areas. I just know my area. There is a lot of hospitals and sports, a lot of areas. And some students, they graduated without going some areas. So dangerous. How about you, Daniel? Did you make a college, a graduation?
Yes, yes, I have a degree in business administration.
Yeah,
Uh, I think first of all, I agree with Leticia because I think all education is so important. But I remember when I was at the college about 5 years ago, the degree and the graduation is so important. And when I finished the degree, uh, maybe it's not so important today, but I think experience and to do every single day is so important too. I don't know. I don't know, but
yeah,
I agree with everybody here because I think we need more people prepared to do the activities and
yeah,
everything. In some areas, for example, I think it's so more important to do a college. For example,
yeah,
uh, security, public security, for example, and medicine too.
Yeah, okay.
You finish the college, but I think you have to continue to improve, to practice, of course. And I think it's that.
Yes, yes. Very good. I totally agree. Leticia, about the question number 4, if you could choose a new graduation today, what would you choose and why?
Oh my God. It's a hard question. A new graduation, I don't have idea, okay? Because I think the the last part, the TCC, the graduation work, I think it's too hard. But I work as a technology, and I like now the parts of the technology when connected with the other areas, for example. And probably I will I will do specialization within the other area when I can connect the technology, for example. In my case, I'm studying the data science, artificial intelligence, and the other things, how to connect this in the healthcare area, for example. It's a hard, but in my opinion, I think there is a lot of new challenges when you use this technology connecting the others. But I don't know. I think it's not a new graduation, but it's a specific specialization in these parts when I can connect.
Oh, amazing, amazing. I'm using a lot artificial intelligence specifically to write my papers. Sometimes you write a phrase that, specifically when you are writing English, you write a phrase, but it doesn't sound good. And I asked your ChatGPT, hey, give me 3 ways to rewrite the sentence. And he comes with a lot of new words that I didn't know in English, or words that I know, but I am not using. So I'm using a lot. But a way to use artificial intelligence, and except in healthcare, I have no idea how could I apply this in my studies. But it is a good idea. It's a good idea.
It's okay. In my vision, technology it's involved in many parts of the areas, and when you understand the other steps, and when you understand the how problem to use the technology to solve it, oh, your mind it's exploded with many ideas.
Yes. I did a systematic review about remote exercise, and the main barrier to remote exercise was technology. Because remote exercise in patients with heart disease. So when someone has a heart disease, sometimes it means that they are older. So imagine someone like my grandma trying to use websites and web videos to do her exercise. Come on, it's really hard. Technology is a good facilitator, but is also a main barrier. So
yes,
make it easier.
I agree with you.
Oh, good. And how about you, Leandro? If you need to choose another graduation, what would it be?
So maybe psychology, it's interesting because I work with technology, but actually sometimes I see some videos, some articles about psychology. I think so interesting for me, and maybe it's that. I think that as Leticia told before, you can create a link with technology and other areas. She said about health, and I think that when you talk about psychology, it's about health too. So I think that maybe I think that it's possible connect two different areas, and maybe can more strong about so about this kind of things like health, mental health. It's so interesting for me. So I think that's about psychology. I think so interesting. Maybe in the future, I don't know. So is that.
I think it will be good. Very good. And you, Bianca, I know when you are in the PhD, think about another graduation, it's, oh my God, I will not lose everything that I studied to switch career. But what do you think? Would you choose another graduation?
It will be IT, actually, of course, I think, because in demography, I work with sociology and theory, but I work too with a lot of data, like IBGE data, PNAD, and things like that. But I don't have the dawn of to work with background, back-end and front-end, for example. I just work with data, database,
Yeah.
and it's that. I don't have this it's a gift, I think, that these other people have, programming to make apps and things like that. I don't have this goal. I would like just to learn more about databases and that. But I made an MBA in data analysis, and it was online. It was very difficult to go to every classes remotely. But I don't know if it's enough. Maybe a graduation in IT, it will be nice.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned about the TOEFL. Are you planning to do your PhD sandwich as international student visitor?
I am planning. I don't know if I really go. But yeah, I'm really trying. I am here to take my visa. I am in São Paulo to take my visa, but it's a long process.
Where are you planning to go?
Berkeley, I think is California
Oh, yeah.
or Columbia.
So you need yeah. But I think you need a student visa. So I'm not sure because here in Canada, I'm gonna stay 10 months. Then as a tourist, with a visa tourist, I just can stay 6 months. Then I need to wait my letter of acceptance to apply to a student visa. So because I am from PDSE da CAPES, né? Doutorado sanduíche da CAPES. So I need to choose between 6 or 10 months. Then I choose this, of course, 10 months. And it's been good. It's been a good experience. Yeah. And you, Daniel? Do you think about another graduation?
Actually, I had a new graduation in the middle of last year, but it's not a degree of for my professional life. It's for my spirit, for my life, for help my friends too.
Oh,
Is
good.
in the,
Theology?
theology. I don't remember now. Theology, and we have
Nice.
4 years in front of now. But for my professional life,
Yeah.
maybe something
Of
in
course, it's gonna help.
public security. Yes,
I think just the way you will be able to talk to others, the way you are going to be a better listener, the way you are
yes,
going to be a better listener, a better reader and writer. So I'm sure that in all areas of your life, it's going to help. As Leticia
of course.
mentioned,
I agree.
education is always good. It doesn't matter in which area. So you're
I
going to
agree.
apply the knowledge. Mhm. Let's go. Another question. Oh, I love this one. I will not select someone to answer. So who feels in the heart first? Go ahead. Is the question number 5. Do you believe everybody has the same opportunity to enter and remain in a university? Go ahead, guys. Who want to answer?
So I can answer this question. So, no. No, don't have the same opportunity. Actually, you have a public university in Brazil, but you know, it's about remain the university because some people that need to work a lot. It's can be, I don't know, how can I say it, atrapalhar. So sometimes there are some people that don't need to work, have uh, high social states, so can can buy everything. So money is not problem. This person, so can focus about education, focus about learning something about university. So it's complicated, but I think that about how can I say enter the university. mm, maybe maybe because you know the basic education in Brazil it's complicated. So sometimes I can see the people that have no money to have education in a particular school. Um, so
Yeah.
so
But
complicated. So
supposing that to enter in the university, you need to do a test. And if you say, oh, everyone can study at home and okay, it's the everyone has the same opportunity. So, but to remain in the university, it's totally different. The course
yeah,
I did was physical therapy, and I had classes like during the morning and afternoon. Come on. And if I need to work, which time I need to work?
yeah,
So another course that is odontology, they need to buy so expensive materials every single section, 2 or 3 thousand reais each session. Even in a federal university, they need to buy this material because without the material, they cannot study. So it is not the same opportunity to remain
yeah.
in the university.
I totally agree with you, Anna. It's not the same opportunity to everyone, so it's different. It's so logical.
More someone have some example about opportunities to enter in university, to remain.
Yeah,
Someone,
can I
go ahead.
go?
First.
In my perspective, I think the problems starts or begins in the initial part of the educational system, maybe because who remain until the high school into the educational system, who will take the test for vestibular and public colleges or private colleges. Nowadays, we have a name that facilitated this process of transition, but even with a name, I think it's really hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I froze. Okay.
No,
So this is my first question. Who remains in this system? And then, as Leandro said about rich and poor family, I think these characteristics of rich or poor family help a lot the people to remain into the college, buying things for the courses or buying the rent for paying the rent, for example, because sometimes you have to move to another city to have the college if it's presential. I made Unicamp. I was from São Roque, it's a countryside, a really countryside. My family isn't rich, poor. And in Unicamp, I think the main part is the remain, of course, to pass, of course, but
you
remain
could.
because at Unicamp we have scholarship. I had scholarship. I stayed at Moradia of Unicamp in there. I didn't pay nothing, just internet and gas to stay in there. And I had a home with more and it is like a condominium with several houses in there just with people that having two ways to pay their rent in Barão Geraldo. And I had another scholarship too, to work to Unicamp and receive a payment in there. So I worked for Unicamp and could buy things for me, could buy another things. So I think sometimes the state or the university can help this part of permanence, mainly for the poor students, because work and have hard classes, it's impossible.
Yes.
It's really impossible.
But you know that this opportunity that you have to live in a university building and receive like a salary, work from them and receive a salary. Even some poor people, they don't have this opportunity because, you know, we don't have like houses for everyone. We don't have jobs for everyone. So
yeah. And just Unicamp, I think other federals, the scholarship is in more scholarships, but I think in other universities, public universities, there isn't enough scholarship for the students. It's really hard.
Yes. Leticia, what do you think about the opportunities? It is the same? Do you experience this?
I totally agree with Leandro and Yanka. I think that the opportunity is not the same for everyone, and the basic schools, the first steps in the school, it's the difference when you continue, when you have the opportunity to go to university and the continues in the university. For example, in my case, I start and don't finish the degree for probably 4 times in my life. And one day I decide to start and finish because it's a goal in my life, okay? But I study in a private university and 100% online. And I chose the specific university has a score in Mac and have a good how can I explain table how to step by step. I don't know the names in English. Okay, the a grade do curso. Okay, it's a good and but when you think about the online courses, you need to more extremely disciplined.
Yes.
And I did handle by all degree online and includes my TCC online, but I presented it in
person.
In person, okay? But I know my teacher,
supervisor,
my professor in the time when I present in person, and
but like
because
hello and goodbye.
No, I present this in the person, but because I am a disciplined person, I understand how me works, and I organize my schedule. So it's so hard because I work 9, 10 hours a day, and after I have a school, a graduation. And this is hard part. But if you think, if you compare the prices and the presential and the online, I pay
50%
more. No, more 50%.
Oh.
It's the price is totally different, but there is a specific discipline to know, to watch, to deliver the tasks and the works in the graduation. But I know, I agree with Yanka said before, depends the school, depends the graduation. Sometimes you buy a degree or buy a certificate, and I depends the person too in the other side.
I totally agree. Let me choose another question as we just have more Few minutes. I love this one. Let's go to the question number 10. And I would like to do a dynamic. I'm going to put here 1 minute, and you need to present yourself without mentioning your job, your degree, nothing related to your work. Okay? Who accepts this challenge and want to start first? So we are going to answer the question number 10 without mentioning your college, degree, and job. Who are you? Who want to start? I have a countdown in here. Leandro, I know you want to start.
So,
Are you ready?
okay.
Go.
So I think that I am a curious man, you know. I read a lot of everything, not only about my area that is the technology, but as I told before, I really like talk about psychology, philosophy. I think so interesting. There is a lot of interesting thing, another topics, you know. So it's mine. I am curious who I am.
Yes,
So that.
you two have more 30 seconds. Go ahead. Talk
Yeah,
about you.
so and besides curious, I think that I really I love a talk, you know, have a deep conversation. For me, it's very important. Changes about folks' feelings, points of view. When I speak, I think that together the other person we can make something, you know, in my life, you know, other life with other people. So yeah, for me, it's important. Yeah.
Congrats. Yanka, if you are going to do the same TOEFL that I did, in the speaking part, you have some questions and you have a time to speak. And I don't know if you're going to planning to do this TOEFL, I don't know the name, EBT, ETB, I don't know. But for me, the difficult was you have 45 seconds to prepare your answer. And if you go more than 45, they will punish you in your grade. But if you say too less than 45 seconds, they are going to push you in the same way. So when someone gives you a time, so if you need to talk about you in 1 minute, you need to use all the time, but not fast and not less. So Yanka, you are going to talk about you in 1 minute, okay? Are you ready? Go.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in the countryside, so I really enjoy the nature. I really enjoy to to have the nature around me, trees, animals, things like that. Waterfalls mainly. I prefer waterfalls than beach, for example. I think because of that, I am a shy person, a reserved person, a family person, maybe some introspective sometimes, but I like to be in this way, I think. And I like to, as Leandro said, to have deep conversations with persons, to talk about emotion, psychology, to politics, and to have a moment to build, acknowledge, I think, with another person, to start a conversation and build the conversation, you know, with the other person.
Amazing. You rock the time. Very good. Very good. You know, when you have a timer, it makes you crazy because you are used to talk more than 1 minute, but when you have a time, it gets difficult. Leticia, do you want to present yourself, saying who you are without mentioning your job?
Okay.
Ready? Go.
Yes. Well, I'm a quiet person. I like the silence in my life, and I like to listen to music every day. And I'm considered organized and reservation person. But I would like to walk in the street and have this contact of the nature, and it's part of my life. It's so good when I solve problems in life or in other areas. I am a curious person, And oh my God. uh, and I have a panic when I talk with a lot of people, and I prefer talk one and the other. Okay, it's me more comfortable. And when I see the time, I'm so crazy because I'm so a specific organized person, and this it's a crazy in my life.
Yes, I know exactly how it works because but you did a good job, you know. You did something that I also do. You mentioned things that Leandro said about being curious. You mentioned it about nature that Yanka said. So you used others
Yes.
vocabulary and tips to improve your. So it is amazing. So Daniel, it's your time. So present yourselves, talking about you in 1 minute, okay?
All right, let's try. Well, my name is Daniel. I'm 29 years old. I'm married. I have a son, and I am a first-time father. So I am living the best part and the best moment of my life. About my goals, I really would like to live in Ubatuba, but if I had to thinking about in another country, in another city, maybe I really would like to live in Canada too, because it's my dream. My first dream is to go out of Brazil. I don't know why, but I really would like to do that. And I love to stay with my family, to stay with my friends, to go to church, to help each other, and to play video game, to read new books. And I think that I don't know.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Amazing. Amazing. I love this kind of dynamic.
All right.
And when I was studying to the TOEFL test, I did like the 45 challenge in all the immersions that I did. So I bring some topics and people need to defend their thesis or their opinion in 45 seconds. And it was really nice and really interesting. Maybe it's a good idea, Jan, come back with this dynamic for you to study to the TOEFL. And something that I like about this dynamic, it's you are more than your job. Here in Canada, I have people more close to me, they are retired and they are really old because I live in a old neighborhood and I have I'm going in a church and the youngest people there it's 60 years old, the youngest. Then something that I am learning with them is there is a life beyond your job. When you're retired, what do you like to do? Do you have hobbies? So this dynamic about talk about will without mentioning your job is really important for know who you are, what you like, what are your goals to the future that does not involve your job. So guys, I'm gonna finish the live right here. But before finish the live, Daniel, I would like to ask you, how was your impression for this first time in the immersion? Was it difficult? No. If you want to talk in Portuguese, you are more than welcome. So I would like to know, how was this experience for you?
Now can I
Yeah,
say?
now.
All right.
Yes.
I was waiting. Well, it was a perfect moment for me because I think my difficulty is speaking and the listening and understand what I am listening. But we have four people here who talks very good. And guys, sincerity, very good for you. I'm learning a lot today. And agora eu sinto que eu preciso ainda mais evoluir. Acho que tudo isso que eu vi aqui hoje me deu ainda mais vontade para continuar. Thank
Oh
you.
my God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Leandro, okay, I'm gonna accept the challenge. I'm gonna do it. So I am Anna, 29 years old. Nowadays I'm living in Canada. Maybe the best part of my entire life. It was a really challenge for me accepting this opportunity to move to another country without my family. I'm missing so much my grandma. And something that I'm learning here, it's the life does not depend on the things that I plan. So just living without planning, it's been good for me. Things that I like to do in my free time, I like to cook. Oh my God, I like to cook. I like to go to the gym. I like to go to the church. Something that I discovered here in Canada, it's that I really like to talk to elderly people because they have a huge experience that I don't have. I'm here living with my boyfriend. He's supporting me so much in this new journey in a new country. Ta-da! I'm used with this to finish on time. Guys, thank you so much for attending this immersion. Remember, Friday, 9 a.m. is my immersion, 9 a.m. from Brazil. And tomorrow will be a good time. So if you want to attend this immersion, please book on our site. And if you have a friend that would like to learn English or talk in English with you, specifically my immersion Friday 9 a.m. it's for free. You don't need to have você não precisa ter uma assinatura. You can book it for free. So talk about this with your friends and give them the opportunity to improve their English as well. Okay,